What is going on, everybody? It's Taylor Roberts, and welcome to Off the Deep End. Today, we got the ARCHANDROID by JANELLE MONAE, which was requested by one of you guys. And looking at the track list, it's looking like it's going to be a cinematic album with the overtures and everything like that. And you know me, I like the cinematic shits. So, I'm looking forward to getting into it. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button so you get notifications of when new videos drop. Hop on over to Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Give me a follow. I'm going to follow you back. Last but not least is a Patreon link down in the description. Go and check that out if you got the time. And let's not waste any more. And let's just get right into it, guys. I like the ambience we got going on here. Feels like you're walking into a theater with a crowd of people. Ooh, okay. Shit. Okay, hold up. So it's looking like this album's gonna have some kind of bridges from song to song. So I think I'm gonna attack this album a little bit differently than I normally do. I think what I'm gonna do is I am just going to give my thoughts during the song, if that works. Just in case if there's some sort of bridge into another song, I'm not, interrupting that flow in any way. Okay.
Decoy, water, wisdom.
She's spraying on the scene like she's the last samurai. It's a stick up, and a pick up, tell them lies and put your face on fire. Now, not saying it's better to belong. You can put the trigger or you build you an arc. My words are whether kind, you keep them held in contempt. Looking for a nine and a droid you can tempt. Cause the zombie, where do dreams come from? A little birdie chirping and she's singing a song.
This is her debut album, right? I'm not gonna lie, just within this first song, it's so intricate. There's so much going on within this first song. It sounds experienced. I don't know if that makes sense, but it has this experience, and I'm loving this kind of it's kind of having this swing jazz element, but you're kind of bringing in this weird kind of futuristic sound as well. It's a weird blend of genres, but they work really well together.
Angel, blossom, gunshot, dodging, dream, bright, be, light.
Nice little switch up right there.
Live, help.
Light comes into the kingdom, but the kingdom's full of ignorant men. Just keep rebelling away. You gotta dream in a way, because the weatherman you're seeing and creating your weather. This man wants to see you.
It's a dirty guitar solo right there.
Since that magic day, we've been like magnets in a play.
Bringing a little funk in here.
Smashing and pull away every day. You're a jet of flying gun. You kill me softly with your sun. You melt my wings and call it fun. I should run. Faster, every night. Oh, ending up
Okay, so I really like that continuation from the Dance or Die into Faster. How we managed to kind of keep the same vibe and the same feel with between the two songs, but we've sped up the BPM here a little bit on Faster, which was very. It wasn't. It was very subtle. It wasn't very noticeable at all. You just kind of feel it within the groove of the beat, how it speeds up, and it adds a little bit more kind of anxiety to the overall song. Gets your heart rate going up a little bit. But I really love the blending of the genres that we've had within these last two songs, and not talking about the first song. So far in this one, you're kind of keeping that new swing jack kind of style sound. I can tell this album's going to be it's definitely going to be an interesting blend of genres, which I love a lot when you can take certain genres that don't sound like they're going to go well together and you put them together and they sound amazing. It shows some that shows off some experience there.
Electric sheet all over my feet. They dancing in the window. My heart beats, it beats for you and only you. And it's kicking like a kick drum. Faster she runs. Faster from your arms.
Yeah, you should probably run a lot faster.
I'm locked inside a land called foolish pride, where the man is always right. He hates to talk but loves to fight. Is that alright? On real cold days, he loans us lots of hate, but he says that we must pay. Looking to the future, I see danger in its eyes.
Oh yeah. I just want to say this album so far has been nonstop. And what I mean by nonstop is usually, between tracks. And I've noticed some songs bridge into other songs. I get that. But the way they've done this is there's no breathing room between the tracks. Even if the tracks don't bridge into each other, it's instant. As soon as a song ends, another song starts, which is very different because there's usually like a good 2 or 3 second break in between songs for the next song start. This one is just instant, automatic, no breathing room. Like, we're just gonna keep going, and I like it because it keeps the energy levels up. The last 3 songs have had so much energy in them, that I feel like if there were to be a longer break, you'd kind of lose the flow of the album. It would kind of disconnect you from what's going on. And so I love that they keep it short. They keep it right to the point, right into the next song. Another thing I love about this song in particular is the switch up that we get into the bridge right before the chorus. It kind of goes into this kind of classic groove melody that she has going on. It has this kind of disco groovy melody that she switches into, which gives it a completely different tone and a completely different feel within the song. But also at the same time, it with the sounds that she has, it gives it a very futuristic sound too. It's very odd. It's something I haven't heard before, but I really, really like that she was able to do that. By the way, I apologize if you hear like squeaking or like banging in the background. My dog has a toy. My dog has a toy ball that has a treat in it, and so he's like sacrificing. He's doing the best he can to get that treat out. So I apologize if you hear that in the background, or if you see him rolling around in the background. He's got to keep entertained somehow.
Baby, stop pulling on it, no one ever smiles. The writers in the artists all are paid to tell us lies. Can make a change. I can start a fire. Lord, make me love again. Fill me with desire. I can make a change. I need you, baby, I need you.
I love this disco element so much. Yeah, bringing in that disco element to that song just added such another layer to the overall sonics of the sound that, like I said, it's something I haven't heard before. Okay, where's this gonna go? Is Sir Greendown the love interest in this story? I think he is. He sounds like the love interest in this story. We finally slowed it down a little bit. We finally slowed the music down, it bringing the energy down a bit, but still enough to kind of keep it going at the same time. Again, another genre bending song. We got some doo-wop in here, some old classic doo-wop sounding music, as well as in the instrumentals and her melodies of her lyrics. And what I've noticed now, especially listening to this song, is that this album has a very classic feel to it. It has a very, very old classic feel to it. Like you're listening to the songs from like 50s, 60s, and 70s. It sounds like if you were to take the idea of sci-fi from the 50s or the 60s and the 70s and take that idea and incorporate that with the style of music that was popular within those days, that's what this album is sounding like right now. It doesn't sound like a modern album. It sounds like an old classic album with the ideals of sci-fi in the future back in those times, which is really, really interesting, and I really love that idea, or that sound that this album has.
Let's leave in an hour. Meet me at the tower. I'm in love. So you think I'm alone? But being alone's the only way to be. When you step outside, you spin life and bring grace to the strong. Make all evil stumble as it flies in the world. All the tribes come and the mighty will crumble. We must brave this night and have faith in love. I'm trying to find my peace. I was made to believe there's something wrong with me, and it hurts my heart.
Yeah, when she brings that, she knows when to bring that guitar in, for sure.
Do you know it's a go-go? Do you?
Cold War. So we're right back into the fire again. Right back in the fire after that kind of slow down to give us just a little bit of breathing room. We're right back into it. A song that we're now able to see her kind of show off her vocals a bit.
Monae and left foot.
All right. Bringing in that more funk music. Hold up. You're going to bring in this James Brown influence. You got those funk drums, the funky instruments, the big band brass in the background, and suddenly you're going to drop into some modern 808 hip hop beats. That is crazy. This album is, I've said it multiple times, that this album is crazy. Crazy.
You either follow or you lead. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'll keep on blaming the machine. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Talking about it.
Can't see why you don't want no friction like the back of a matchbook. That if SS will fold you and your MacBook. Close shows shut you down before we go backwards. Act up, and whether we high or low, we gonna get back up like the Dow Jones or NASDAQ. Sort of like a thong in your hand and crack. Come on.
I tick on alligators and little rattlesnakers, but I'm another flavor, something like a Terminator. Ain't no equivocating.
Oh, yes. I'm loving that big band brass string.
We call that classy brass.
Yes, ma'am. Does anybody ever reverse this song to figure out what she's saying? I'm sure I'll figure it out when I research this album after I'm done listening to it. I'll find out what she's saying, but hidden messages, man. Hidden messages in albums are so fun. They're so fun. It adds so much. Oh, what's going on here? This doesn't sound good. Got a thunderstorm coming in. Thunderstorms are bad omens. We all know this. We all know some shit's gonna happen if there's a thunderstorm coming.
I hear the drizzle of the rain. It's falling from my window. Yeah, you're near, you're there, and then you're gone. Da 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 da. Suffering and singing sad. All the hurt. See, I'm really lost, baby. We suffered a red blue. So much hurt on this earth. Explode from gray to black, then bloody wine. Da 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 da. Oh, maker, have you ever loved?
It's a calming little outro.
children's a cloud in my head. When everything is wrong, I dance inside my mind. That's when I come alive, like a schizo running wild. That's when I come alive. Kicking at your window and keeping you up. And if you're coming by me, I'll color you red. We're dancing in a dungeon every Monday night. That's when we come alive, like a schizo running wild. That's when I come alive. Now let's go.
Oh my god. What the fuck is happening in this album? Oh man. Now you're bringing in that swing and you're mixing it with some fucking hard rock. I'm so impressed with the amount of genres that she's been able to bring into this album and make work and make them feel cohesive and not disorienting. Although this song does sound a little bit disorienting, but I feel like it should sonically, just because it's called, War of the Roses. It adds a little bit of a discomfort to your emotions while you're listening to it, which is what I feel is a little bit of discomfort listening to this song, which means I think it's doing its job. But every song, I don't know what to expect each song, because each song sounds different. It's almost like it keeps the album fresh. I don't know how else to say it. It doesn't get boring.
Take me 6 feet under, but while your roses died, I came alive.
Woo! Oh, shit! I don't know what to say. This song's crazy as fuck. I can't tell if that's her vocals or the guitar or it's both, and they're just blending together. Woo. Slowing it down again, huh?
I remember one of the regulars had long gray hair, beautiful smile, and rosy cheeks.
This is a very psychedelic song. Very psychedelic rock influenced. Again, another genre that we haven't heard yet, but she's managed to blend seamlessly into these songs. And I really love that effect that she has on her voice. It adds this kind of weird, dystopian, calming presence to her vocals. Which is completely different than any of the vocals that we've listened to in this album so far. But just the creativity in putting these songs together and writing these songs and the sonics of the music is just mind blowing. Honestly, that's the word I can describe this album right now. It's mind blowing what's being done here.
Woo!
I'm so impressed, man. So peaceful after that crazy chaoticness. Jeez. So before we get into this next song, I just want to say I really love the additions of the overtures here. Just because not only does it help the album feel more cinematic, but it gives you a break. It gives you a period to kind of just lose yourself again, you know? And I feel that the overtures set the mood for whichever act or part of the story you're about to go into. And they're very, very beautiful. I love string overtures. It's just, like I said, it just has that classic cinematic feel to it. And this whole album, like I said, has sounded like a classic album.
May the song reach your heart. May the song reach your heart. Journey on for you.
I think I'm just gonna vibe out for the rest of the song.
Yet there's still so much left for us to learn. I hear the riot community approaching. Take my hand, Jane. Let's go talk to them.
The way you are now.
Oh.
Never gonna make the buzz. Even though everybody's so impressed. You've got your Android dream of electric sheep under your pillow. That is so exciting. Last I was here, I was convinced I was your favorite warrior. Oh. I've got a terrible fixation.
This is very much in the style of punk pop, is what I call it. It's like this fusion of punk rock mixed with these pop elements. It's a pop beat with, you know, heavy vocals, but it kind of reminds me of, and if you're just on the channel or just in this channel for the first time, I do deep dives on this channel where we explore an artist's creativity and their artistry through their music and music videos. And right now we're in the Marina and the Diamonds deep dive on the channel, and it's very reminiscent of her first debut album. This song is just the genres that she's playing with, the vocal delivery, and the sonics of the song. It has this very theatrical punk pop feel to it. When did this album come out? I'm not 100% sure. And not this song that I'm kind of referencing to, but just kind of the overall nature of the album so far. Everything is, you know, everything blends seamlessly together. The genres blend together, but there's this tinge of kind of chaos to the album feeling as well, but it feels like a controlled chaos, and I'm wondering when this album came out, because it kind of, as far as the controlled chaos that I'm getting from it, it reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly album. It had that album also kind of had this control chaoticness to it too, where it was very collagey. It felt like there was a bunch of sounds mashed together. Make the Bus felt very reminiscent of something that would have been on To Pimp a Butterfly. But this whole album as well, and I don't know if that came out before or after this album, but I can see that there's some big similarities between those two albums, which I think is interesting because they're kind of in two different genres, but it kind of shows the genius in this album.
Grass grows in time, the music floats you gently on your tongue.
I just want to talk about the last song we listened to, Wonderland, real quick. It wasn't my favorite song out of the songs that we've heard so far. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why I wasn't connecting to it as well I was connecting to the other songs. But this one here, I can't stop saying it about it's probably getting repetitive by now, but just the blend of genres. And then we got some folk music coming in. I don't think there's one type of genre of music that I haven't heard in this album so far. There's such a wide range of genres that it's just crazy to me how seamless it is, for real. I'm really just kind of sitting here listening to the lyrics. I feel like we're getting a little bit more into just the narrative of the story here than we have with the other songs. We're getting a little more details. But this album is so packed with so much stuff that, you know, through a first listen, you're obviously not going to catch everything or not going to make all the connections or anything like that. But just because there's just so much to go through. This song in particular, that it's nice. It's a nice little slow song to kind of just, you know, help you fill in the blanks a little bit, and that's what I like about it.
Our love will sail. The world could end today.
It's like we stripped down everything, and now we've just gotten to the soul of the music, you know? Uh-oh. What's going on?
The only love my heart approaches, your tender eyes fill mine with roses. I drink your wine and never will mind.
We're getting loungy here. I'm liking this lounginess. Bringing back that cinematic element again here. Love it. What a way to close out the album, guys. The amount of emotions and the changes of emotions within the song itself, mixed in with the changes of the instrumental, is just packed so much resolution into this album, and that was amazing. It was amazing. As far as my thoughts on this album, there's so much going on in this album that I'm gonna have to listen to it again. There's so many layers in this album that just on the first pass, on the first listen, I pick some stuff up, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff I could still uncover in this. And I think that's what makes an album a very, very, not only a memorable album, but a very replayable album, is when you're able to project a story or project a concept and have it be able to be where you listen to it multiple times and still learn something new about it, still figure something out new about the concept or the story with each listen. And I have to say, I think this is a genius album. Straight up, I think this is a genius album. The way that she was able to execute not only the concepts of the album, but just the overall storytelling of the album is just, it's amazing. I don't know how many genres of music were within this album. I picked up, hard rock, classic rock, punk rock, pop, R&B, hip hop, jazz, funk, new jack, swing. It was just astonishing how many genres she was able to take, blend them together, and make them work. Because I feel like a lot of those genres don't really work together, or at least they would clash together. But here she managed to find a way to just make it seem so smooth, so seamless, and by doing that, it added a character to the album. I'm not talking about like a character, but it gave the album character. Does that make sense? Which is something that doesn't happen so often, that an album becomes a character in itself. It almost like a personality type of thing to it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's what kind of just what I'm getting at. So I hope it does make sense to you guys in some way. But it's crazy. Just the different emotions that she was able to project, the different vibes, the feelings. Each song kind of was able to bring to the table. Just an amazing, amazing piece of work, especially for a debut album. For a debut album for an artist to bring something like this that is so conceptually advanced, so intricate, so with, so many layers, so much depth in the project itself. It makes her seem as if she's been doing this for a long time. Like she has the experience. She knows what she's doing. And I think that's just kind of what shows the genius. I don't think it's going to hit with people a whole lot mainstream wise the first time. I don't know how this album did when it was put out. But for hardcore music enthusiasts and people who love albums that tell stories and have a cinematic aspect or a theatrical aspect to it, this album, I'm sure was, or I feel still is, ahead of its time. Straight up. Cold War was one that I really loved. Tightrope. I really loved Faster. Just that switch up from Dance or Die into Faster, and that BPM speeding up without even really feeling it. You just feel it within your pulse. Was really awesome. But yeah, amazing genius album that is ahead of its time. I have yet to hear anything like it. Even today, I haven't heard anything quite like it. But let me know your thoughts about the album, guys, down in the comments. What are your favorite songs, least favorite songs? What do you think the concept is of the album? All that good stuff. Remember to like the video, guys. Share the videos. Remember, I drop videos on here every week, especially, as I mentioned before, we do deep dives where we explore an artist's artistry through their music and music videos. We sit down and we look at their first album and go all the way to their very last album. We explore their entire discography, and we got a couple artists on the channel right now. So go and check those out if you'd like to. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell button so you get notifications of when new videos drop. Hop on over to Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Give me a follow. I'm going to follow you back. Last but not least, there's a Patreon link down in the description. Go and check that out if you got the time. If you'd like to help support the channel, that would be awesome. And that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, thanks for watching Off the Deep End. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share, and feel free to explore our channel and check out some of our other videos. Remember, new videos drop every week. Take care.